What's up guys, Shane Starnes here, and Poco kind of started out as the company providing the flagship killers, but here recently they've been producing phones for every budget. Today we're going to be taking a look at a few of the mid-tier phones, the Poco M4 Pro and the Poco X4 Pro 5G. These are a few very powerful phones, especially at the price point. Let's go ahead and get started. This video is sponsored by Blinkist. I love to read, but rarely have time to do so. Oftentimes I find myself getting through the first or second chapter of a book and then just never having time to return to finish that book. Blinkist helps me to understand powerful ideas in 15 minutes. Being able to digest these nonfiction books and ideas so quickly allows me to discover and understand the world around me and also helps me to grow. I recently watched Best Shape of My Life by Will Smith on YouTube, and it inspired me to pick up his autobiography, Will. I was actually very surprised to find the book on Blinkist. In the introduction, Will Smith talks about how his dad forced him and his brother to repair a huge wall. Will felt like the task was way too big, they'd never be able to finish it. Will's dad stepped up and said, "Look, I don't want you to worry about the wall, just worry about each individual brick." That story is super inspirational and helps me to get through big issues in my life one step at a time. With Blinkist, you're able to choose from a list of New York Times bestsellers and trending books, so there's something here for everyone. Right now, Blinkist has a special offer for this audience. If you go to the description right now, click on the link, you get a 7-day free trial plus 25% off of a premium membership. Be sure to head to the link in the description and pick up this incredible deal today. The first thing that stands out to me about the Poco M4 Pro is the flagship design. So you get this really big flashy camera module on the back. There's a lot going on here, but I love that they're going for that flagship inspired design. I also love the fact that this is one of the lightest phones that I have used to date, and that's mostly thanks to the plastic housing. That plastic build also means that this phone is less likely to be damaged in case of a drop. Now, if you are going for more of a premium feel, then you might want to step it up to the Poco X4 Pro 5G. This has the addition of a glass back, and it really steps it up when it comes to a premium design. When we're talking about the price of the phone, so just north of $200, the Poco M4 Pro actually has a really good display. So this is a 1080p display. This is an AMOLED display that reaches up to 1000 nits of peak brightness. So this phone actually gets plenty bright even outdoors in daylight, and this has the addition of 90 hertz. And while I personally am used to 120 hertz, if you're coming from 60 hertz, the 90 hertz display is a night and day difference. You'll especially notice the difference when scrolling through your social media feeds and even when gaming. If you want to take it a step further, the X4 Pro 5G does have the 120 hertz that you've seen on many other flagships, and it gets even brighter at a peak brightness of 1200 nits. This display also looks incredible. Both phones support expanded color range with DCI P3, so you're gonna get great vibrant colors on either phone. Both phones are rocking a 5000 milliamp hour battery, and both are gonna have plenty of juice to get you through an entire day. The Poco M4 Pro does include a 33-watt charger in the box, and the X4 Pro 5G comes with an even faster 67-watt fast charger, which can charge your phone completely in just 41 minutes. You can even get up to 30% charge in just 8 minutes. The M4 Pro does feature a MediaTek Helio G96, which isn't the most powerful processor on the market. It is fast enough to launch applications without a major amount of lag. I was even able to do some hour-long gaming sessions with games like Need for Speed and Call of Duty without any lag or video stuttering. The M4 Pro does include liquid cooled technology 1.0 Plus, and I did notice that it did a great job with thermal. So even with that hour-long gaming session, I didn't notice the phone overheating, and I didn't notice any throttling. The X4 Pro 5G does feature a Snapdragon 695 processor. There again, more of a medium mid-tier processor, but also is still powerful enough to launch applications quickly, and you're going to be able to do plenty of gaming with the X4 Pro 5G as well. And I know you're not really expecting a whole lot when it comes to the camera on phones at this price range, but I have to say that both phones feature a camera in the pros category instead of the cons. So these both have usable cameras. The M4 Pro featuring a 64 megapixel camera, while the X4 Pro 5G features a 108 included an 8 megapixel camera. Now, neither one of these cameras are the best on the market, but you're going to be able to get really good shots in well-lit conditions and even some decent shots in lower light conditions. So I think this is not a pain point on either of these phones. They both have capable cameras. The M4 Pro does also feature a headphone jack. It does have a side-mounted fingerprint scanner, which is super fast and accurate, and it even does have some dust and splash resistance. So really, for the price point, the M4 Pro is definitely a phone that I can recommend. And if you've got to have a phone with 5G, the X4 Pro 5G is probably the phone to consider, with a slightly better display, a better processor, and still a very reasonable price point. I'll be sure to include links in the description of where you can pick up either one of these phones for yourself. That about wraps it up for this video. Thanks guys for watching. Be blessed. I'll see you in the next one.